Well, hello, and welcome to the Points of Interest podcast. This is the most generic podcast on the internet. My name is Josh Hawks. I am the 303 Ninja. And right over there, he is my podcasting partner for life. He is the other guy. It's Mr. Francis Fernandez.
It's Points of Interest After Dark.
No, that we have different theme songs
really
for
after
that.
dark.
It's late.
It's late. I mean, it's after dark.
It is. Well, I mean, like, isn't
the sun
after
is up when we record.
But isn't after dark dawn?
After right. Well, then we were doing that other podcast wrong. We were doing your spin-off podcast wrong because we were doing it at like 8 o'clock at night or whatever.
Yeah.
We weren't doing it right.
I still have that soundbite somewhere. Good old Lee.
Yeah. But boy, oh boy, we don't do that one anymore.
No, we don't do a lot of podcasts that we used to do, though, Francis. To be fair.
Very true.
We've had some that were fun for a bit. We've had some that, were a wreck the whole time, kind of like this one. Actually, right. It was most of them that were like that, but a lot of them were fun. They ran their course. We felt that they ran their course, and it was time to move on.
They did. Yeah.
Like a relationship or something, but I'm in one of those relationships with this one where I can't leave. This is it.
Right. I get you. I mean, look, there are some things that you don't want to give up, right? Like it's your baby. Plus, you're not doing like a million other podcasts like you used to, right? Like you used to be doing 3 or 4 podcasts together, like at a time.
Yes.
And now it's really just this one.
It really is. I whore myself out to as many as I can still as possible, and there aren't very many takers because really, locally, the podcasts that were around either. We've lost contact with them over the years, locally, shows I'm talking about, or they don't exist anymore.
That's the part that makes me sad, is that shows just kind of die off.
But then, like,
it makes sense.
But. Sure, but then, like, the players of said whatever show, like, you expect them to start something else up under a different name, but then nothing. Maybe they do. And it's just out of my radar.
No, I know more people who have podcasted and then just stopped, and then they just move on. Like they just move on with life, and they never do it again. Versus us, who continue to do this thing, no matter what. Rain or sleet or snow of night or whatever those words are, we just keep on trucking. Like we know what we're doing.
And not only that, like I can't speak for you necessarily, but I'm you're sitting in front of I don't know, $25, close to $3,000 worth of equipment of podcasting, or
you
streaming.
are, yes, definitely.
Equipment. Yeah.
Not so much, yeah.
But I wouldn't have spent the money on it if I wasn't into it.
It's not that really that you're not into it. It's just that, like, I don't know. Like, some people need a break, right? Like this is not something easy to do. I mean, look, it's Friday night. Not Tuesday when we normally do this thing.
Right. Well, right. Yeah, because work schedules are hell. My work schedule, not Francis. Francis, his work schedule is pretty level pretty much all the time. But mine is a constant era of flux.
So now we're here on a Friday night. We potentially have a new set of people who can stumble on here and start watching and listening and whatever. You know, it's a different vibe too.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah,
it's a Friday night.
it's Friday night.
Like
We got our big cans of tea, which contain 115+% of our sugar intake for the day, which is
our daily, yeah.
quite alarming because I bought a Frosty on the way home that I do intend to eat probably after this. So should probably stop drinking that. Get like instant diabetes.
Yeah, Wilford Brimley is going to show up.
It just hands me diabetes. That'd be awesome.
No, he's just going to say it. He's going to say diabetes. And walk in, diabetes. Walk out. That's all he's going to do. He's not even going to bother. Just say those words and then leave.
It's all I get paid for, son.
So, but there you go. Yes. So anyway, what's up? how's it going? What's going on?
I was like, where's he going? Where's he going with this?
I don't know. There's nowhere to go.
Well, I mean, there isn't anywhere to go, and that's why we're here, because neither one of us have any place to go on a Friday night.
I was going to say, it's Friday. Yeah, it's date night.
It's well, I mean,
date night,
it is usually, traditionally, I'd say a date night. Saturday night's also a good date night. Tomorrow night's date night for me. Going to a carnival.
Oh, there you go.
How do you feel about carnivals, Francis? I know you like Disneyland, which is kind of like a carnival. It's a permanent carnival, but like, that's fucked up.
well, okay, here's the question.
Yeah.
Because we have a state fair that has an attached, has a part of it that's kind of carnival-like. It has carnival rides and carnival games.
Mm-hmm.
But that's high class. Like that, I trust. I don't know if I trust the rides, but I trust the games and I trust the people there because they're. But is this like a named carnival, like something that has like some clout to it, or is it just a bunch of? Is it just a bunch of gypsies come together trying to
I'm not 100% sure, Francis, but I think that's a derogatory term for some people.
I guess it's supposedly.
I mean, hey, look, I'm just saying what someone told me one time. So, but
yeah, I forgot what the other word was that they prefer, but
carnies.
No.
I know.
It's a name for a people.
Oh,
yeah, I can't remember what it was. That zebra or something like that. I forget.
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of it either. But
I can't think of it.
I don't trust any ride that's on the back of a truck that they then erect from the back of the truck or out of a moving van or something like that. I don't ride those rides. I've been stumbling upon some redneck video podcast of a dude interviewing a carny, a retired carny. And one of them was about the games of a carnival. And they were talking about, so I don't even know if they do this one anymore, but did you ever do the carnival game where you have the big red spot and you're given maybe 5 or 6 discs that you have to cover the big red spot with, but you can never really quite cover the big red spot with? No. Okay.
No. I have no idea what you're talking about. I've never heard of this game.
Shoot the star? Where you get the BB gun and you got to try and shoot the star out? Yeah. Like he was like, yeah,
what prizes do you get for that usually? What are the normal prizes for that? Because I'll tell you what the prizes are here at
mostly stuffies
at not Six Flags. I'm sorry, at Knott's Berry Farm, which has a carnival section. You get a bicycle. You get like a full-on Huffy.
Oh,
for
Huffy still exists?
Something like that. I don't know. It's Huffy, but I'm saying you get a bike.
That'd
you get
be
a full-on
so
bike.
fucking cool. You know what else would be cool? If Veriflex was still around.
You never know.
Hey, Push.
Well, do you write
Thanks for joining us on a Friday night.
Hey, Push.
Yeah. So I mean, there's carnival games, kind of like what you were talking about, rides, games, but there's also like a farmer's market kind of thing. It goes on at the same.
Oh, it's like
unlike,
okay, so it's like our, yeah, it's our county fairs.
it's a
Getcha.
yeah.
Okay.
I would
Yeah.
It's more of a county fair with carnival rides.
Cool.
It's
still
been going
interesting.
on in this little. It's not a little town anymore, but it used to be a little town. And they've been doing this for, I think, 50 years. This year, I could be wrong. I don't know, but it's been a long time. They've been doing this. I remember being a kid and going to this thing. So the lady and I are gonna go do that tomorrow. That should be fun. Maybe Sunday too. Since I have the weekend off,
Well,
which is crazy in the world of escorting people to have the weekend off.
yes, he's an escort.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's an escort.
That's exactly right.
He just can't provide certain services.
Yeah.
That's extra.
Most of them
That's extra.
most of them that an escort would do. I don't do any of those. But if you need escorted someplace, I can show you.
I mean, on
where to
occasion there's body to body contact, but that's rare. Yeah.
go. It's becoming more rare, but I'm still protected. I wear protection.
Good. As you should. Yeah. Be careful out there, folks.
Exactly.
You're body to body wrestling people.
Yes. That's stupid. So something that I just wrote down right before we hit record because it crossed my mind at the last second. If you guys are on the Twitter machine there, you may have noticed. Maybe you didn't notice because I never really went that stalking on people, but you used to be able to look through Francis and I and anybody that you follow and anybody you didn't follow. You can look through their likes. Unless they had like a protected account, I guess. Twitter just the other day or this week took that feature away. So you can't look at people's likes anymore. So as Francis said before we hit record, you can now like things without feeling you might be judged.
So some people think there's been theorizing that the reason why the likes were removed was because Twitter now allows porn on the site, even though there's always been porn on the site.
There's always been porn on the site.
But Twitter has kind of adjusted their rules so that it's technically fine by the rules to have porn. I think it was against the rules, sort of, originally. So they think the correlation is, people on Twitter think the correlation is, oh, well, we want people to be able to feel comfortable liking porn because porn brings revenue. Like the porn accounts bring revenue to Twitter, and people, the more engagement you get, the more money, et cetera, et cetera. So I think they're like, oh, we want people to be okay to click on porn, so we're gonna say hide everything. But yeah, there's a lot of conspiracy theories on the loss of the likes.
You know what my conspiracy theory is, Francis? I'm just coming up with it. I'm pulling it out of my ass as I say it, but probably somebody high ranking in Twitter, their partner probably stumbled upon their likes and saw that they liked something, some other person's account, or maybe something that went against everything they believed in or something. And got busted, got caught, if you will. And then the guy was like, you know what we should do? We should take away that feature, that like feature, so that you can't see the likes.
I mean, you'd be in line with a bunch of people who feel like that's something they really liked about seeing other people's likes, so they can see the people whom they want to disown or hate upon, because then they know, like, if some rando likes your thing, you can look through their likes, and if they like stuff from people you don't like or you're against, you can hate them too. You have a reason to hate that person to like your stuff. So there's people like that. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of just being nosy. I don't know anyone who has the time or the energy to do all that stuff, but people do because they have nothing better to do with their lives. Go do something. Go and touch grass, as they say.
Exactly.
Go and touch the grass.
And I like touching grass, and something that happened this past week is preventing me from going and enjoying the things that I would like to go and enjoy, because I have to look through hours of dash cam footage to try and find some asshole. Well, I think I have found the asshole. I don't want to get into the details of how I found the asshole, but I want to find a plate of the car the asshole was driving. Because I was at a store, and I'm more than sure, based on my fucking CSI work, I watched the show once, so I get how it works.
Once.
I don't think I've ever watched the show, to be honest with you. But
okay.
But there is now a large dent in my car, and it was a white vehicle because I have white paint now, in the tint. My bumper's a little dented. I'm not happy. I am not happy about it. It's a car. It's fine. It runs fine. Everything else, it's fine. It's a material thing. But it just sucks that, I sound like an old fucking person. But there used to be a time where like you hit someone's car, you leave a fucking note. You're not going to stick around. You're going to take off still, but at least they have your information. Not anymore. So,
well, look, you have a lot of bad luck with your car. Like, your car has given you more stress and more headaches than, like, I think anything else in your life ever. And it's so, it is sad. Like,
it just sucks
because man, all you wanted was a car that you could use.
Yeah. And what I'm still paying on, and now have to figure out how to get a big dent out of my fender.
Hot water and a plunger.
It's metal.
Just boiling hot water and a plunger.
It needs professional. It's not the plastic. It's metal. It's part of the frame.
Jesus. All right, fine.
So it sucks, but life goes on, I guess. But it just it sucks because like I don't get to sit back and completely enjoy this entire weekend, because now I have to just go through hours of dash cam footage, because as I discovered, time and date wasn't correct on the camera itself. So the timestamps for all the files aren't correct either. So I have to just go through file by file and try and go last to obviously the newest file date to the last. I should find it that way. But yeah,
I mean, at least
I made some adjustments to the camera settings. So, like, basically, if a bird lands on my car, it's going to activate the cameras.
Yeah, that battery's dying. Like,
no, I have
that battery's gonna be gone.
Nope. No, sir. See, I don't do things half-ass. Well, sometimes I do, but when it comes to
batteries,
when it comes to things that matter, like you're frozen, which probably means I'm frozen too. Oh no, okay. So yeah, I just heard you say, "Oh no." Oh, you're back. So, no, I have a device connected to the camera that senses the battery. And if the battery says I only have this, I'm reaching only 12 volts left, camera shuts off, won't turn back on.
All right. Okay, so you have a backup.
Yeah,
that's good. And at least you kind of have a like a focus. Like you have something to focus on.
Yeah, I mean there is that for sure.
Yeah, it's not like you made the dent yourself, because I've done that, where I've damaged my own car on the metal part. Even maybe it was metal. I remember it was able to pop out, and it was able to pop out, but it was metal, so it wasn't. It had to still be shaped and stuff.
Sure,
but I mean, at least it's like I have a target. I knew who I need to get. I wasn't the dumb one. Somebody else did it. I get to focus my rage and not just be embarrassed and focus your rage on yourself.
Yeah,
So that's good. In a way, it's good, but it sucks that you have to go through hours of footage just to kind of figure out what that who did it and if you can even get the what you're looking for. Because holy crap, that camera is like pointed in a single direction. How are you going to find it out?
Right. And, well, because the angle. You know how you go in, if you pull into a parking lot, they're angled different directions.
Yes.
So because the person had to back out and then start to cross my back window, I should be able to get footage of the plate. His plate should be in in view of the camera's eye as they back up and hit my car. Yeah. So I just
good luck, man. Good luck. I hope you find the guy.
I hope so too.
Smack the guy around. Maybe not smack the guy around. But...
Oh no. When you mess with a car, it's totally okay to beat ass.
Oh, good.
When you mess with a car, in my eyes.
You go, fisticuffs. Get those fists up.
Put the dukes up. I might even go dukes. Put your dukes up.
Put those dukes up.
Judging on
those Duke boys up.
Judging on the picture I was able to obtain, though, I'm not sure I'd be legally able to do that. If you catch what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
I believe it was a minor, which would make even more sense. Why you would damage a car and drive off. But, something that made me kind of feel like a criminal this week, Francis. And here's the thing I was going to tell you that I was going to save for the actual show.
Ooh, okay.
So I went to go upload the newest episode of the Points of Interest podcast.
Oh, no. Okay, it's not starting well. I'll tell you that much.
And, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for it to do its thing. And I got to a point where, for all the people that make videos, you can only advance so far before you just have to back out and let it process. So I just let me back out. I got other shit to do. I don't want to sit there and look at this screen. So as I back out, I'm looking at it. It says processing. And then I look down a little bit, and I recently made another the podcast, just like an audio. I think it's just the audio version of this as a podcast.
Okay.
Through YouTube as well, like YouTube Podcast or something. I don't know. It made another fucking channel or sub channel.
Oh, good.
But I saw it said private. And I'm like, oh, well, that's weird. It should be public because otherwise nobody can see this or hear this. Not this, but this other. Like I said, it's like I think it's just the audio version, but it's all private. So I'm going through the settings of that. Can't find anything. So I'm like, I'll worry about it tomorrow. It's late. I back out. I'm looking at the thing. Still says processing. So I can't go to bed yet. So as I look at the screen, it says copyright. And I went, what? What do you mean copyright? And I look down a little bit further. There's like 3 or 4 that say copyright, but they're public. So I'm like, okay. That's weird. We don't play a lot of clips of
anything.
Just play
the intro song, yeah.
Yeah,
anything.
I got points. I got that, but like,
oh yeah.
Comedy Central going to come after me for a quarter of a second? No. So
people make sound bites all the time. This is weird. Okay.
Right. So I click on it. It says it's not a strike, but someone has copywritten you on your content. So I click on it. And it's in the first minute.
Oh, it's the song.
It's the intro song.
It's the song.
So I go, wait a second. I go to the site where I downloaded it from, and it says free to use. As long as you credit, which I have. I haven't done it on every episode, but I did credit it.
Okay.
The way I read it, as long as you credit it, a handful of times, you could use it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to change this damn song. I like the song. It's kind of
Good song.
It's a great song. So I found the source of the song and gave him 20 euros for the license of the song. So, Mr. Holmes, please stop copyright warning striking my channel.
Did it really say who did the striking?
It was the producer of the song.
And you talk over it, and it's like,
yeah,
all right. I mean, whatever.
20 euros. It's like fucking $10, $15, whatever.
Actually, I think the euro's stronger than the dollar.
Okay, it's like $25, whatever.
Yeah, $30, yeah.
What? Now I have the rights to it. No, I don't have the rights to it. I have the rights to use it. So it shouldn't be an issue, and we can use it commercially. I made sure that was in there. So if we ever do start making money, Francis, at least we can keep the song.
Well, I mean, you could. I mean, I can't. Well, I'll protect kayfabe, but you're going to be doing something that'll be paying anyway, so maybe you could use that money.
You don't need. I mean, that's not. I don't think we need to kayfabe that.
Well, I don't know. It's your stuff, so I'm not saying it. That's why I'm not saying it.
Oh, okay.
It's your news, not
okay.
mine.
Okay.
So I didn't
want
to.
That's
I didn't want to be like, I'm going to say something that's all on you.
Well, I mean,
if it was me, I'd be like, yeah, I'm doing a thing that's making me money.
We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're
say
getting
it that way.
But yeah. So yeah, it's funny that like I freaked out for a minute because you don't want to get copyright strike. You get 3 or 4 of those, you don't have a channel anymore. So yeah, I looked into it. I did it, wanted to do it as fast as possible because I knew we were going to continue doing this. And like I said, I don't want to change the song. So
no,
spend some of my hard-earned cash to secure the rights to the song. And I'll just make sure to credit on every episode, I guess.
Well, here's my question. Did it prevent you from... So it prevented you from uploading?
No.
Was that it? Oh.
Nope.
It just prevented you from monetizing?
Yes.
Well, why? Nobody's... I mean, I'm not saying nobody, but like we're not getting 1 million views,
That's why I was so confused about it. It's like it's a minute of audio. A little over a minute of audio that I thought I had privilege to use to begin with.
Right.
Based off of where I got it from. Maybe that wasn't a legit site. Who knows? But yeah, there was a pucker moment there for just a half a second.
And we're exposing, people to the song. Then they'll want to pay to use it or download it or listen to it. You know what I mean? Like they're going to want to put money into it. So we're really advertising for the guy. So the guy,
exactly.
It's okay.
Yeah,
you're right. We're not a Joe Rogan.
We're
not there.
We're
yet.
not even a Duncan Trussell.
We're not even a whoever. Yes, which is the point, I guess. Right? Who's that guy? I don't know. But there you go. We're not a Duncan Trussell. So you can take it down a notch.
Yeah, exactly.
Take it down a notch.
But Francis, you did allude to something, and it's not necessarily been a goal for this podcasting thing, but it's always been like the extra icing on the cake. And that is because I'm burying the lead and shit. FanExpo. Last year, I was able to. I was privileged with getting to moderate 2 or 3 sketch duels. I think it was 2 sketch duels.
2, yeah.
And I was terrified because I knew the names of a few of the people, but not being a comic book reader per se.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the hell to ask these guys. So, I do my best, do my research, never done Sketch Duel before. I obviously did fairly well because the other day, FanExpo contacted me and they said, hey, how would you like to moderate possibly up to 5 panels a day for the whole weekend? And then I was like, well, yeah, I'd love to help. And I'm just more like sitting back going, holy shit, they actually want me to come back and help. That's more than me being like, I'm throwing myself out there. That's them being like, we want you. And they said, we're going to per diem you per day. And so I'm getting paid to moderate at a convention.
Well, I mean, I feel this was inevitable. You were like a part of, before it became FanX, you were a part of the uh was it Rocky Mountain? Actually, I think it was Rocky Mountain. You were like intimately working with people there.
Yeah, there's a really small show that's run here that I was in as just a photographer. I was invited to the planning of the convention, and I felt so out of place. I didn't know what to do. But go on.
So this is not a surprise, I think, as this is something that I feel it may not have been a goal you were striving for, but I feel like it is kind of what a person who does press and all that kind of stuff, the kind of stuff that we do, where we're not a publication, we're not like the New York Times or something. We're nothing. We're just a couple of guys doing a thing, and you've done it enough. And I've kind of been hinting at this over the years and kind of saying it on here that like you're a name in the Denver convention scene. You're like, I will not be surprised if you have like people will just know you by name. They're like, oh, and I feel like somebody does know, like you've met a couple people who are like that, the 303 Ninja or whatever they called you, like by your username. They didn't even call you by your real name. Yeah. So like, I feel like, yeah, you're kind of on the way already. Like this is kind of the inevitable next step for you, is to be a known quantity in the convention scene at FanX, or not FanX, but Denver in general, Colorado and the state as a whole, because you've been doing this forever. You've been doing this for the last 10, 15 years now. Well, I mean, not 15, but 12 years or so.
12, I think 12 or 13. 2012 was the first Denver Comic Con.
Yeah.
And then I think 2012 was the first year I went to Starfest. But I went to Starfest as just an attend. No, wait. Yeah, the first year I went just as an attendee. Yeah. But then the first year of Denver Comic Con, like the points of interest were approved as press. We never got the approval email, but I got a big box of thank you stuff, like swag, and an email saying like thanks for participating and can't wait to have you back. And I guess to be here I am just fucking tooting my own horn, but like the next year, we were in the program for the weekend.
Yeah. But I guess what I'm trying to say is I feel like at some point you're gonna you'll be, yes, you're moderating panels and you're running these panels, but then I feel like either next year or the year after you're just gonna have a panel that's yours. It's about points of interest. It's just gonna be your stuff, right? And that makes sense to me because again, I feel like this is the inevitable step-by-step nature of what you do, what you're doing. So, I mean, hey, that's awesome. That's super cool that you get to do this thing. Congratulations on getting recognized for what you've been doing for the convention scene over in Denver. Because it's not like it's a legitimate like real scene. Like it's a legitimate like market. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's not like it's some podunk town in Wyoming. No offense, Wyoming. You're kind of small. I hate to. Your population is smaller than the city of Denver. I mean, come on. Like, what do you want from me? So, I'm just saying, like, this makes sense. So,
Well, I appreciate
that,
it. You know,
yeah,
I know I'm sitting here tooting my own horn a little bit, but like, I don't know. I'm stoked about it. Now that you kind of mentioned before we hit record that it's like it'll probably be the entire day. Now that makes me worry just a little bit because like I still want to see the show.
well, hopefully this becomes an encouragement. You can be like Nerds That Geek, and you'll have a little bit of a staff. Maybe you can start hiring people to do like your coverage while you're out moderating. I mean, our mutual Jason Clark, who often does these kind of things over in Canada. He does it by himself. He doesn't have
That's true.
people doing coverage, which I don't know if it's what he thinks about, but he doesn't have a Francis talking in his ear saying, "Hey, you should probably like find
No,
someone
here's the
to do
thing.
your coverage."
Mr. Clark is a hell of a lot more motivated than Francis and Josh put together sometimes when it comes to getting content or putting ourselves out there to get content at a convention.
Hey, I'm an introvert. I don't put myself out there. I just
I know.
sit behind
That's
the
why every
screen.
time when we get in an elevator, I try to get you to talk to me, and you just won't.
I'm just gonna sit. I'm just sit right here. You do all the work. I'm gonna sit right here. Again, this is I don't want to do anything. This is why I'm the co-host. I'm not the host. I just want to just sit and let you do all the work.
That's okay because you know what? I need that sometimes. I need that kind of pressure because otherwise,
Yeah.
things just don't get done or
Right.
you know. I don't know what I was gonna say, but like, yeah, I'm stoked. I'm excited to do it. It's uh, we've done I'm talking about you and me, not me and my personalities, but we've done moderating here and there for some big name people, and it's just, I don't know. I guess it is. It's just kind of a natural progression of things.
Mm-hmm.
It is all going to be comic based, so it'll be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge, but
Eh.
as I like to say, the nervousness, pressure, makes me perform. So as long as I have time in between to, recharge, get some orange juice, it's kind of like sex. You go get yourself. I don't smoke, but go get yourself a cigarette. Get some OJ in you. So you can gear up. Reload for round 2. I can't believe I just said that.
No, why do you think I was rolling my eyes over here for the listener? I was just rolling my eyes.
Look, if you're doing it
the
right, you don't
comparison.
need to reload. You just keep going.
Quite the comparison. Quite the comparison. But yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Let's see here. We got that taken care of. We got this thing. I wrote that. We got the copyright thing, the FanExpo thing. Got that. Yeah. What else we want to talk about, Francis?
Are we done?
Are
you done
through
with your list?
We ran through the list.
Oh,
We ran
really
through
funny.
that list.
Well,
I mean, I did discover, Francis, this week.
what'd you discover?
We've already kind of joked about it before we hit record, but Arizona iced tea company, the place,
No.
the big the tall boy of iced teas that still after 30 years of them being 30 plus years of them being in existence, probably their tall boy teas are still 89 to 99 cents after all this inflation and bullshit, they still give you the whatever the hell this is, 64 ounces, 22 ounces of tea for less than $1. Yeah, it's got 100 plus percent of your daily sugar intake.
You know what, though? Everything does. Everything does. Like, anything that's not, like, anything in a bottle usually has 100 plus percent of your sugar intake. Like,
that's true.
It's insane. Yeah. Like, they want you wired. It's a drug. Like, sugar's a drug.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But what I discovered this week is that Arizona also makes in the exact same can. Francis, show your can. Show your can. You got to show your can.
Oh, show my can. Oh,
yeah, because they don't make the sweet tea version, but the Arizona tea that we all know and love, they make an alcoholic version that looks exactly like your regular soft iced tea. I just, walking through the store the other day, I saw it. I giggled about it. I didn't investigate enough to be like, is it exactly the same can design? It is definitely the same colors. Because that's what caught my eye. I was like, what is a 6-pack of Arizona tea doing in the beer aisle? That's weird. Oh, it's hard tea.
And here's the thing. You and I were both quote unquote adults. I'm not gonna give us the full adult treatment because I don't think we're actual real adults.
I don't really think I am now either, but go on.
But these drinks, essentially, I only got it because I knew we were doing the show. I don't normally drink Arizona. I got it because I know that Josh likes to drink Arizona. So I got myself a can of Arizona so that we had like something, for the viewers, like, oh, they're drinking the same.
But it's not because we're sponsored. It isn't. No. I wish we were. Not by Arizona. Well, maybe by Arizona. No. That'd be cool.
Yeah, they never except for this is a Circle K version of it, so it was like $1.50. It wasn't 99 cents, because of the Circle K up pricing.
Well, sure, because surge pricing. There's always something afoot at the Circle K.
There's always something afoot at the Circle K. But these drinks are targeted to kids, right? Like because it's 99 cents, so any kid can get it. Same thing with I got myself a bag of Flamin' Hot Cheetos because I'm a kid too, right? Like that's like such a kid thing.
I mean, I got a Frosty.
You got Frosty's an every age thing. That's ageless. Frosties are ageless. But Arizona iced tea, Flamin' Hot Cheetos, very very much like teenager, young adult. So I find it funny that they make an alcoholic version of this drink to kind of like get the kids ready to become alcoholics, right? To kind of get the kids ready. Like, that's Buzzballs. Buzzballs are the same thing, right?
I got something to tell you after we're done recording about Buzzballs. But
Buzzballs are small, handheld, easy to cut. They kind of look cool. They're very almost toy-like, right? In their appearance.
Yeah, they're like they're drink grenades.
They're drink grenades. These toy-like drink grenades that are, that have like 6 or 7% alcohol in them, and I think the Arizona has like 8. But like, it's just to get kids ready to become alcoholics. It's the gummy cigarettes of alcohol. Right? They're like, oh, I drank Arizona iced tea growing up. Here's the hard Arizona. Oh, okay.
It's alcohol related, but I thought, it's tea related too. But I thought this whole time, because I don't try new things, when it comes to food. Well, I mean, food, yes, but like drinks, I'm unfamiliar. Sodas and whatnot, I'm unfamiliar with. I don't usually go out and I'm not that adventurous. Okay. And not in that way, I guess.
No one is really. I think I'm the last one left to be as adventurous about stuff, because very few people will try new things. It's really annoying.
Well,
then you go on.
I thought this whole time Liquid Death was an alcoholic beverage. No, it's fucking tea and lemonade and shit.
Water. They have just water. It's just plain water in a can.
There's no fucking seahorses in it or
No
vitamins or
mineral, no mineral
nothing?
water. It's just like purified water in a can, and it's liquid death. Yeah,
Okay, well, this
yeah,
whole time, I mean, that just screams alcohol. The name the design screams alcohol.
yes,
And not being one that
yes,
consumes much to any alcohol these days.
yeah. I
And
don't,
when
I
I'm
don't.
walking to a store and my friend looks at me, he's like, "Hey man, I'm going to get liquid death. You want one?" And I'm like, "No." Like the name
It's
alone doesn't even make me want to drink it. But isn't that alcohol? And you really shouldn't be drinking that right now.
nope. It's water and
And he's like,
tea.
"No, man, it's tea." And I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh, no, I don't want one. I'd be cheating on fucking Arizona if I did that."
it's oh my god, and it's like twice the price of like regular canned stuff.
Mm,
Like it's just because it looks like a cross between a monster and a can of like and like a can of like a tall can, right? Like that's
yeah.
it. It's a combination of both, but it makes it yeah, it looks like a hard lemonade or something, right? Because it has the skull and has
Yeah.
like it's very
Exactly.
intimidating.
Like
Yeah.
there's nothing about liquid death that makes me think that's a fucking can of purified water.
No,
That
but
that's
there
that's that's like
yeah.
it's not oxymoronic, but it's like it's moronic, that's for sure. Like
Well, well, look, it really is. I think that's my guess. My guess is like not a lot of people because drinking isn't considered cool anymore. I don't think, right? And soon, the cool form of drinking is going to be weed, right? Because they're gonna classify it. It's going to be a little more accessible in the future. We'll see in November, right? We'll see after the
mm,
election whether or not, depending on who wins, we'll see whether or not it becomes more available. Which I still think it will. Whoever wins, I think it still will just
I mean
become available in
eventually.
general. Yeah.
I don't really follow politics, Francis, but it sounds
Yeah.
like one person wants to step on the gas on it to win votes and another person like it'll happen.
Yeah, yeah. No one's stopping it because no one cares. I think
No one
people are
I
really,
don't understand why
yeah.
people ever cared, to be really honest with you. Growing
Well,
up
because it was,
here in Colorado, like it's always been a weed state. There's half this fucking state is either dried up hippies with fucking new money, or just new money, which are kind of hippie minded.
well, I heard Colorado, like, um, the trend is changing with weed in general, and um there's now too many there's too many shops and there's too many
Mm.
it's now become so normalized that there's the hype isn't as big anymore, so it's just kind of like it went from like everyone wants some to like it's now really evening out, it's plateauing,
Mm.
and so a lot of places are like, well, we there's no one to sell to because we have regulars now, right? Not, I mean, yeah, there's sure new people every once in a while, but that's like new people for alcohol and new people for smoking. It's not that high, right? The
Right.
average person isn't like,
I
I'm gonna
mean,
try something new.
there's something like last I saw the numbers, there was
Hmm.
something like close to 6,000 businesses, marijuana businesses in Colorado.
Yeah,
Now,
I'm
that's
sure
not
a
to
lot of
say
them are
that all
going.
not there's 6,000 dispensaries. I
Hmm.
bet you there's damn near 1,000 dispensaries in Colorado as a whole, as a state.
Right.
But much like your neighborhood liquor store, your neighborhood dive bar, people go there. The regulars, they'll go there every time. Of all,
Yeah,
there's dispensaries. There's a dispensary within walking distance of this house.
right. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Right,
Hmm.
I go to it, but I also go to other ones that I like
Sure.
the people that work there, or they're
Yeah.
close to where I'm going, and have built some kind of a rapport with the people that work there. But it's like 7-Eleven or Starbucks. They're everywhere. You just stop in, you go buy yourself a joint, and you leave.
You have to catch up with California though, because we just recently legalized the cafes, so we're gonna be like Amsterdam now.
Yeah.
We're-
There's been a few places here that have done that, but
okay.
it's been very restrictive. Um, Edibles were allowed, obviously.
Right.
Well, not obviously, but edibles were allowed. Smoking, strike that. Vaping was okay. No open flames. So you can you could buy cartridges, and smoke on those. They had like electronic hookahs, electronic rigs.
Electronic hookahs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. Electronic
I went to a hookah bar one time actually, and they had e-hookahs. They were all e-hookahs. It was kind of cool.
I mean, I guess everything's gonna be something.
I mean,
at
it was
some
all
point.
I before that.
Yeah, but I mean, like everything's gonna be electric. Yeah, I guess everything's gonna be electric at some point. Oh boy. Anyway, I just think it's interesting that I don't even know why I even brought it up, but I just think it's interesting though that marijuana itself. Oh, because you're talking about alcohol and drinking.
That and we're trying to fill up time.
Oh, that's true. I didn't even think about that as a thing. I just I know we were talking about this, and I got into it, and I wanted to. But yeah, so yeah, apparently it's going to be a bill was passed recently in the last few days.
Mm-hmm.
Allows people to smoke, eat food, and watch events, just concerts. But they'll all have, I guess, a marijuana theme to it. Not maybe a theme, but
Yeah, right. Well, that's and California always kind of being the leader in. I'm not sure free use. That's not really the right words, but like not caring, I guess.
Yeah.
About things. Like I said, we were able to have electronic devices, but no open flames. That would be the thing that I would like to hear what happens with that. Is it going to be open flames or is it going to be vaping only?
Especially since, I mean, there people who smoke regular cigarettes are going to want to find, they're going to fight back.
Oh, totally.
Because, we're hey, designated smoking areas only now, everywhere, right? Which I still kind of think is unfair. I think people who smoke should have should just have like a designated area. But we had enough people complain, I guess.
I don't know if it's still a thing, but aren't there smoking lounges at airports?
There's cigar lounges, yeah.
Okay.
And there's cigar lounges just in general. So those are the only places. But it's just cigars. I don't think you smoke cigarettes. I think you just smoke cigars in like cigar bars. There are cigar bars. So those are open flames. So it might just be like that, where cigar bars, you have the open flame. You could probably have open flame marijuana as well. But, yeah.
I don't know. That'd be interesting. That would be interesting because, I mean, that's definitely something of Amsterdam that I've always wanted to check out is the cafes, the coffee shops. And LA is a lot cheaper to get to than Amsterdam.
Yeah. Yeah, now we just need to have a legalized red light district, and then Amsterdam is out of business. We can just,
they shoot porn in LA.
Yes, we do, yes. But I mean, that's different.
How?
Well, because not average.
I know. I'm just trying to be a dick.
But
I have a friend that used to do porn, so I can't really say anything.
Used to do porn.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is after dark.
It is kind of, isn't it? No, it's really funny actually. I was running a dispensary, and before this person was a friend, this person was just a customer, and they were purchasing cartridges, and we got a cartridge in that shared the same name as a former bouncer / UFC fighter, Kimbo Slice, and I was like, oh, you should get this Kimbo Slice because it's a crazy name for a weed strain. It's also a dude that used to punch dudes' eyes out. And this person went, oh, they also used to do security and porn. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And I'm just ringing this person up. And then I just stopped and I'm like, wait, how do you know anything about that? And the person looked at me and said, why do you think I'm always traveling to LA? And I went, oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Well, you did again. You did. You know the types of people you were helping as a bud tender.
Mm-hmm.
Like Dana Carvey. Was it Dana Carvey? No, not Dana Carvey.
That'd be fucking sweet if it was Dana Carvey. I would have had a lot more fun if it was Dana Carvey.
David Spade.
David Spade. Who,
yeah.
You know, I didn't get a chance to talk to him for very long. But I will tell you, Francis, that I'm pretty sure he is his characters that he plays. I don't think he's acting. I think that's just David Spade. Just a snarky, you know, little dude. He was nice, but he was snarky as fuck.
But I like how you, as a non-Hollywood person, as someone who doesn't live in California, have had quite a few, like, random encounters with actual celebrities. Like, it's kind of weird. Like, it's not typical. Like, the typical person doesn't have those types of interactions. And you have for some reason. You know? I mean, it makes sense for me because I live in near
LA. Yeah. So, I mean, like, when you go to Bob's Big Boy and fucking Data's sitting across the booth from you or whatever, whoever the hell that was that day, you said?
Jim Cummings, yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's common.
It is.
But, like,
I've actually had
denying David Spade from buying weed out of my dispensary. Yeah. Like, he just happened to be in Denver and just happened to... I'm imagining he was staying somewhere near the area in which my shop was in. And
do you have a celebrity that you really want to meet? Like that you fawn over?
Yes, and I have. So I have in the sense of I got to meet Kermit the Frog.
Oh. Well, did you interview
I didn't,
what's his face? Spinny?
I was supposed to interview Big Bird. Carol Spinning. Spinning?
Spinny.
But when I approached them, he and his wife, for the interview, I was informed that Carol had fallen, wasn't feeling very well, and didn't really have the energy. And he barely even spoke to me. But he did draw me a little Big Bird on something that I got from the table, which was really cool. But where was I going? What the hell was I saying?
Kermit. You met Kermit.
Kermit. Yeah. So it wasn't Jim Henson, but it was the guy that came after him. And I'm drawing a blank right now on his name. But I got to meet him, and the 6-year-old that lives inside of me almost broke through because my voice started cracking talking to this guy, moments before his panel.
It wasn't Frank Oz, right?
No.
Frank Oz doesn't do it.
Frank Oz is Fozzie the Bear, Yoda, and Miss Piggy, among others. Steve Whitmere.
Oh.
And just talking with Steve, you can hear Kermit in his voice, and it was just like I almost started fucking crying. But I got to meet Kermit the Frog.
What'd you ask him?
How his weekend was going.
Oh, you didn't ask him why there are so many songs about rainbows.
No, because I don't even think I could even say those words without crying.
No, but you have to ask it like in a silly question. Like,
oh, right. No, it was
out of curiosity. Why are there so many songs about rainbows?
That would have been awesome.
And then
Missed opportunity. Missed
yeah,
opportunity.
next time.
Yes, exactly.
Well, no, the new guy is Matt Vogel. He's the new guy.
Yeah, and I mean, he does okay job, a fine job. I mean, he doesn't really sound like Kermit to me, but to each their own.
Okay, so he was the big celebrity. Okay,
He was the big celebrity.
yeah.
Or George Carlin. He would have been rad to meet as well. But
Mm-hmm.
who I would like to meet, this might be weird, possibly. But who is the fucking girl that was in Easy A? What was that chick's name?
In what?
The movie Easy A.
Oh,
the lead
Emma
chick.
Stone.
Yeah, I'd like to meet her.
Yeah.
She seems like she'd be fun to talk to, and she's pretty. So I would try to talk to her and just stutter, but it would be fun either way.
I mean, it doesn't hurt that she kind of looks a lot like your girlfriend. There's some similarities.
Didn't think about that.
Thinking about it, there's some similarities. So I guess I can see why you're with who you with now. So it makes sense. But
Drew Barrymore would also be on that list. I've had a thing for Drew Barrymore since I was a child.
Yeah,
I mean, we're close. I think she's a couple of years older than me, but I remember way back in the day, she actually went to some dude's prom that he like sent her an invite to, and I was like, that could have been me, damn it! Why didn't I do that? But yeah, Drew Barrymore would be there. Yeah, I don't know, because I don't really like. I'm not really like a celebrity. I enjoy talking with them when we get the chance to talk to them, because I get to ask those questions that, the people in the crowd probably want to ask too. But I'm the one with the microphone, so I get to ask it first.
Right. Well, you get to control. You get to control the conversation at the very least.
Yeah, or at least try to, unless it's. Yeah. Never mind, I won't say it. I was gonna call somebody out, but I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, what were we talking about?
No, I was just asking because we were talking about the different celebrities that you've met.
Oh yeah, so who would you like to meet then?
Oh, I don't know. Probably Weird Al.
Weird Al was here a couple years ago for Comic-Con, whatever it was named at the time.
Yeah.
Because it's gone through like 4 different name changes. But I was surprised that he was only there to appear and not appear and perform.
I mean, he doesn't. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I went to his concert at our version of Red Rocks, the Hollywood Bowl. Which is no Red Rocks, but I mean it's an open air.
Yeah,
it's an open air.
I think it's bigger than Red Rocks too, but go on.
Oh, that's right. We've established it's bigger, but it's not as vast. It's bigger, but for some reason it's somehow more contained. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. But maybe Weird Al. I don't know. I'm the same way. I think Robin Williams maybe would have been one I would have really been like, because he's really the only celebrity I've ever like got sad for when they died.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a celebrity since that I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm more just like, okay, celebrity died. And I don't know if there'll be one in the future that'll impact me the same way. So I would say, it's tough because I actually don't get it. I don't know why people get all crazy over celebrities. I don't understand fandom because I don't have a sports team I fan over. I don't have like musicians I fan over. I don't care. Yeah, sure. There's hot chicks that I'd fan over. Like if I ever meet Anna de Armas, I'll be pretty, like, oh, wow. Like I would be at a loss for words for sure. But I don't have that like celebrity awe that a lot of people have, where they're like, I don't know how to say if I'm in front. Or they'll start crying, or they'll like
Right.
start, panicking, and it's like it's just a person. It's
There's
just a
a
regular dude.
there's a celebrity lady, and I'm drawing a blank on her name right now. But
Mm.
she was on Heroes way back in the day, and she'd done a couple video games, and I found her very attractive. And I saw her at a convention,
Mm-hmm.
and I worked up the muster to go approach her table, and I realized after the first sentence, after my introduction, that I had absolutely nothing professional to say to her, and all
Was
I
it?
wanted to do was flirt with her.
It's either the only women I can think of from Heroes is Ali Larder and Hayden Panettiere.
No, there was another chick, the other
There's another
speedster.
one. Oh, Speedster. I don't know. Anyway, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
either way.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah.
so I realized all I wanted to do was flirt with her, and I made a very uncomfortable exit stage left from the
I remember this
conversation.
story. Yeah, I remember the story.
Later that evening, at the
Mm-hmm.
bar attached basically to the convention,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting there enjoying a beer and my sorrows, and she comes up next to me, buys me a drink, and gives me a hug after telling me, like, I don't know why you walked away all suddenly like that. And I still had nothing to say to her. I was like, "Oh, hi, man, you're so pretty."
I don't know if it's this person, but her name is no, is it Brea Grant?
Yeah, Bria Grant.
Yeah. Okay, so you have a type. Um, I'm noticing you have a type.
Okay.
Um, but yes, that's very sweet of her, and I don't know if she's done anything since.
I don't
No
think so
offense to
either.
her.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
But
I
made me feel, even though it made me embarrassed the second time almost, but it was cool. It was a cool
It
experience.
was very sweet of her to go out of her way to like recognize that you were a fan and recognize that too bad you never took a selfie with her,
I should have.
which is like, yeah.
I should have. But I don't, unless like if I moderate, then yes, I think you're obligated.
How do you? Yeah.
If you
I
interview,
mean, I understand. I know
if
what
you
mean,
interview, you're obligated. Not saying that the person is obligated, but you're obligated to ask.
yeah.
I feel like if you're just having, if we had a long conversation at said bar over said drink, sure. But it was literally, she was going there to, reload for her and her friends or whatever.
Again, the fact that she went out of her way to get you a drink and like say hello.
Yeah. I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
I mean, look, man, the
Unnecessary.
very first person I ever interviewed, I called by the wrong name. And he let me finish my whole introduction before he went, "That sounded great, except I'm not the person you said I was."
Oh, is this how what we're?
The writer of Final Destination,
Oh,
Jeffrey Reddick.
Oh.
I introduced him. This great introduction, by the way. For very first interview, fucking nailed it. Except for the name. I called him Jeremy Roenick, who is a hockey player. Actually,
Hey, whatever.
a retired hockey player.
Well, you got the first letter of the first and last name right, so good on you. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty funny.
It was just funny. He just sat there with a big smile on his face because, there was people, with cameras as well. And he's like, "That was great.
very-
That was a
that's very
great
nice.
introduction. Except you got my name wrong." Yeah,
You've
well,
interviewed a lot of celebrities. What do you want?
when Mr. Rogers mailman tells you
Mr.
to,
McFeely.
Mr.
Yeah.
McFeely tells you to make sure you have batteries. That's how he signs your picture that you get from him. Make sure you have fresh batteries.
Not was it Speedy Delivery?
So the speedy delivery. He did put speedy delivery, and then he also put check your batteries.
No.
Because I went to
What?
interview him again. Did the interview, look down at my recording device, and I had no batteries.
Oh.
Like I didn't have enough power to get through the interview. Embarrassing. It's supposed to be a professional.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's supposed to be a pro-am.
Look, at some point the tables will turn and somebody will be interviewing you, and then you get to say something clever that will. Because again, this is just the continued inevitability of your trajectory in this whole thing. Because then you're going to moderate, and then you're going to be like. You're gonna be you're gonna be like a Chris Gore or something. Like you're gonna just become more and more like.
Man, I wish I
well-known.
could have as much hair as Chris Gore has.
Well, okay. I mean, what do you want?
I mean, he's
I'm
like,
just saying.
he's
like,
older than me, and he's got a full head of hair. That's all I'm saying. And he dyes the shit too, like that
called
silver
Rogaine,
or whatever.
Man. It's called Rogaine.
No.
He takes stuff for it. 100%.
I'm sure he's had the fucking hair lift or whatever, but.
Yeah,
Actually, I don't mean to like talk shit about Chris Gore or nothing. I actually like the guy.
Yeah,
I think he's a great personality person, you know. But
yeah.
But yeah, he's got great hair.
Jeez, forget the hair. I'm just saying you're gonna at some point be that level of fame, you know, and then people will be interviewing you, and then you get
good
to say
like
something.
D-list. E-list celebrity.
Yeah, because he's definitely not A-list or B-list, but he's recognizable. He has fans.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, he has a fandom, and there's going to be somebody, and he has been, even though he's the guy who usually does the interviewing. People have interviewed him,
and
that's going to be you.
That would be
Somebody's
awesome.
You'll be interviewed. You know, you'll forget my name. It's like, well, yeah, I work with this. Well, you remember I'm the other guy. So this other guy. I'm going to work with this other guy. Anyway, that's not important.
Actually, you know what, Francis? That would be actually really funny if that was the stick we put on for Ow, I just stuck myself with something. If we do any kind of interviews. Well, I guess if I did, you could be if we were, on camera together, you could be the pin to my teller.
Yeah. Oh God. I would just sit there and not say anything.
I just work with this guy, the other guy over here.
Shuffling cards.
Just doing random card tricks that have like no context. You're just doing the punchline to every card trick.
Yeah, just lifting cards up.
Yes.
I
mean, you did have that stick that for 1 year of convention run, I believe. I think it was 1 year, where anytime I was doing any kind of selfie video type of action, you would just orbit my position with this shit-eating grin.
Yeah, anytime you were doing something, I'd be in the background somewhere. Yeah. We did that for quite a few conventions. Yeah. It was the year of the convention, actually.
The year of the conventions. Good old 2016.
We went to a convention every other month. Every month or every other month, we pretty much went to a convention.
Yeah, for the convention season, which I would say, for the summer convention season. Well, no. It was spring. It was spring because we were in Seattle.
It ended with San Diego. San Diego was the last one. Then we did our own individual conventions.
That's true.
In the winter.
Yeah.
But yes, the first part we traveled to a bunch of different conventions, and with each one, if ever you did video or were doing something, I just. But right, or when we were that one time we went to San Diego and we did lives, and every time it's your boys.
It's your boys.
Which was always a fun thing.
It's always good to be cringy in the videos that you're already awkward in.
What do you want?
Hey, we're not. This is even a stretch for us. We're not faces. But we keep getting
You're proving you are.
I know, but I'm saying, but we keep getting put in positions where we are. So
yeah, well, I make sure more than me, definitely.
Oh, okay, well, it's because I like showing my dick more than you.
You put yourself out there. It's just the thing you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Put yourself out there. Get yourself out there. Let people know who you are.
Who I is. That's right.
Who is.
Well, that's who we are for this week, actually, because Now I'm sleepy.
Who knows when the next episode after this?
It's that you always say that like we're never coming back.
We're coming back, but it's like it's a toss up. Like
It'll either be Tuesday,
it'll be Tuesday,
depending on how tired I am, or it'll be Friday night.
Yeah.
It'll be one of the two.
I find it silly. It's all I just find it fun.
I mean,
silly.
if I have enough energy after escorting people all day on a Tuesday night, then we'll be here. But if I'm tired or beat up from escorting people, then we'll do it on Friday.
Yeah. So we won't keep you posted.
We'll keep you posted. You know what? I will even tweet out on Tuesday on the Points of Interest tweet machine thing and let everybody know if it'll be Tuesday or if it will definitely be on Friday.
Make sure to tag me so I can share
I will
it.
tag you like you've never been tagged in a tweet before.
You're it. There you go.
There it is. Now your focus is going to be all fucked up. No, it's fine.
Yeah.
But that's everything I think for this week. Thanks everybody for joining along. I know it's a weird time, but whatever. We're having fun here.
Yeah, whatever.
Francis, where can people find you on the internet if they want to do so?
At AK, the other guy on everything. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch. At AK, the other guy.
The other social media sites that we signed up to never visit, and no one is signed up for either.
Blue Sky, yeah, no one is on.
Where was the other one too? There's another one.
Threads was the other one, but I never signed up.
Yeah, I didn't do Threads. There's another one though that I signed up.
Mastodon.
There was another one. What was the other one?
I don't know.
There was another one.
The only ones I know.
It didn't last very long. Vive.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That was a long time ago, though. That was like years ago. Oh, my God. I even signed up for that one.
But when Twitter started doing weird stuff, Vive got revived.
Oh, maybe. Okay.
I think I signed up for that one, and then I was like one of like 6 users. But yeah, that's where you can find Francis, a.k.a. the other guy, because he's smart, and he just made everything the same. I didn't. That's why there's a thing scrolling on the top of the screen for everybody to see. But for everybody that's listening, the POI Podcast at gmail.com. At what? At gmail.com. Call, voicemail, text 314-764-7631. It spells out POI Pod 1. There's some synergy there. Not really, but kind of. POI Podcast for everything else. Or if you can't find it there, try the POI Podcast because I'm an idiot and don't always type in things the right way, I guess. I don't know.
Hurry!
Yeah, hurry, because you'll be able to find it.
No, the song.
Oh yeah, I only got 10 seconds. So yeah, that's everything. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week with the same song that's licensed to use.
30 pounds.
30 pounds. Well, it said 20, but I don't know what that works out to in English money or American money, whatever. We're done. See you guys later. Bye.